Hey guys, welcome back to another review on the channel, and today I'll be reviewing the Anzac Day clash, Collingwood versus Essendon at the MCG. So let's get straight into the review. I start off with the review. Congrats to both Collingwood and Essendon and Little AFL in general. 95,000 people at the G, second biggest crowd ever at the MCG, was absolutely massive, huge scenes, and yes, what a win it was. I have to say, out of all our comeback wins over the past 2 years, I don't reckon there's been one better than this one. Because there was extra elements to it that made it extra special. But yeah, what a game it was. Obviously, it was quite disappointing for 3/4 of the game. We had patches in the second quarter where we were good. But in the first and third term, look, we were pretty disappointing. That's obviously stuff we can work on. 4/4 performances, definitely what we can work on. Both teams were inaccurate. In saying that, Collingwood were probably a little bit more inaccurate with their set shots. And Essendon did miss a few chances late with Sam Wiedemann and Draper in the last quarter, but obviously the result ended up going our way, kicking 7 goals to none in the final quarter. But Essendon did kick 6 goals to our 1 in the third quarter, and they took the game away from us, and we had to do the impossible, and we did it, and we did it even better. We won it by more than 2 goals, which was good to see. Nick Dacos obviously won the Anzac medal. No surprises there. He probably another 3 votes. Kicked 2 goals, big ones in the final quarter. Sent him forward. He was absolutely humongous. Just a fantastic game from Nick, and a fantastic season as well. Obviously, the first quarter we did kick one on the siren. He did kick it, but it took us a whole quarter to kick a goal. And Essendon were very, very good. They didn't allow us to get our game going through the middle, and they also took away the handballs that we normally do. We get a lot of handball receives, but yeah, just unfortunately couldn't quite get that going in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, we got sparks. Pendlebury was definitely the leader of that spark. Sidebottom and Nick Dacos were also very, very good. In the third quarter, no one else was really trying but Josh Dacos, in my opinion. But yeah, Essendon just ran over the top of us. But then it was the tsunami. And this is what we really want to talk about, I guess. Billy Frampton kicked his first goal as a pie to start the last, and it was huge. It was just massive scenes. That goal erupted the pies and gave us quite belief. But I guess the one that gave us real belief is Ash Johnson just flushing one from 50 metres out. That was a beautiful goal, and that was when we started to get more belief. Then Nick Dacos got one straight away. It was a brilliant move to send him forward and to flood into the midfield. And then this was a lovely moment. All the VFL boys getting into it. Oleg Markov, Trey Rusko, Will Kelly and Jack Ginnivan, who's been in the VFL recently, combining for a brilliant goal, obviously kicked by Jack Ginnivan. And then Nick Dacos arguably kicked the match winner, another beautiful goal. And then Sidebottom and McCreary finished the game off with goals, which was great to see. And in the final 7 minutes, Essendon was surging, but we didn't, give up. We kept on putting pressure on them, and we kept on trying, and eventually we were able to get the job done. Nathan Kruger was probably the only player that wasn't doing so well, which is why we subbed him out as well. We could have subbed out Bobby Hill or even Myercheck as well, who were quite disappointing. But yeah, Kruger was the one we even subbed out, and Craig McRae's got a real tricky selection squeeze on his hands, because Nathan Murphy and Adams you would think would come in, but who would they come in for? I'd probably see Murphy coming in for someone like a Markov before the game, or even a Rusko who played back on Wiedemann. And in the first half, look, he was sloppy and unclean and frustrating, in my opinion. But in the second half, he was very, very good, especially in that last quarter. He got the rundown tackle late to win the game, really, and to seal it. And yeah, it was just a fantastic game from them too. Oleg Markov, he was very, very impressive. Gave us quite good run, and yeah, he's a brilliant depth player. Never thought I'd be saying that, but yeah, it was a late pickup too into the supplementary selection draft, and he's turned out to be a brilliant pickup. He was fantastic in this game, and honestly, Murphy has got to come back in. It's just who does he come in for? And Taylor Adams, well, that position is going to be up for grabs because I believe Ash Johnson is reported for striking and is most likely going to be suspended. Well, whether we challenge that or not is up to Craig, of course, and the whole club. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But it does look like Ash Johnson he's definitely reported, and he might be out, which is not ideal. But that opens up a position for Taylor Adams to come back in. And yeah, look, I thought our inclusions were very good. Will Kelly as well, he was brilliant as sub, I thought. Seeming he came on late in the third, didn't actually get a gig on the ground, but in the last quarter, he was brilliant. Managed to get, 6-7 disposals. Another one that I thought that didn't do too well, but then just completely changed his efforts in the last quarter was Will Hoskin-Elliott. Yeah, I didn't even see him in the first 3 quarters. He was fantastic, in the last. And yeah, look, there was a few players that were always trying at the start of the game. Obviously, Nick Dacos, John Noble, Sidebottom, and Pendlebury had probably their best games of the season. And Josh Dacos as well was very, very good. And DeGoey in front of the sticks was also good for us early. Very, very important win. We now are 5-1 heading into our big clash against Adelaide in Adelaide. It would give us confidence though, running over the top of the Bombers. We kick the final 7 goals of the game. Definitely going to give us huge belief. But yeah, we've just got to find a way to defeat the Crows really, because they're in fantastic form. We're equal first. Adelaide are just 1 win behind us. And they've got a great list. Their forward line is very, very damaging. And, we've got to find ways to stop special players like Darcy Fogarty, Tex Walker, Isaac Rankin, Josh Rashilli. The list goes on, really, for Adelaide. And, look, it's going to be a very, very dangerous game. And hopefully we can get the job done and go 6-1, which I don't think's happened in quite some time. So that would be quite special. And, yeah, look, I hope you enjoyed the review. It was a massive Anzac Day game. Brilliant to get the win. Basically, only got the job done thanks to that 1 quarter. That 1 quarter was really enough. Credit to Essendon, though. Their boys were very, very good. We always knew they were going to be competitive. And, yeah, at one point they looked like they were going to beat us by 40-plus points. But somehow we did what we always did. And arguably that's got to be one of my favourite wins of comebacks that we've had so far in the past 2 years, and arguably the most impressive because we were 5 goals down and we managed to kick 7, which was absolutely fantastic, and held Essendon goalless too in that last quarter after them kicking 6 in the third. So yeah, just fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Great to see Nick Dacos win his first Anzac Day medal. He should win heaps more, I'm sure, in his future, and hopefully he can add a brown note to that soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.